Hello, my hospice family. Hello. It is I, Nurse Dawn. I know it's been a while, guys, right? Come on in, my beautiful people, my beautiful hospice family. Okay. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Let me see who's going to be here with me today. I am just getting some of the notes ready. Let me know how you guys doing today. It is me, your nurse, Nurse Dawn. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. We are going to talk about end of life care. Okay, guys. We're going to talk about end of life care. All right. I don't really have a title right now, guys. I just wanted to come in here and just talk to us, okay? Briefly. I'm gonna talk to us briefly because I know it's late, okay? And I need to get to bed. I need to get some rest. But I wanted to come out here and chat. I know we haven't had a conversation in a little bit, okay? And I really miss you guys, as always. I always miss y'all. You guys, I am working on some long videos for y'all, but the thing is, the editing, it takes so long to edit, okay? Like, editing is like, it's always forever, you know? Hi, how you doing, my friend? Like, I wish I could have somebody just to edit my videos. If I had somebody to edit my videos, it would be so awesome. Katie, my friend. Thank you for being here, Katie. You are so nice. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Sheep. Thank you, Mel, Denny. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your compliments. I appreciate you so much, guys. Please be sure to subscribe. Okay, subscribe if you haven't done so. Okay, yay, Katie, you subscribe. Thank you, my friend. You are a pretty girl. You looking good too, girl. I love that. Thank you, Melody. Thank you, Jay. J-Host. Hello, Kylie. Welcome to Duns Hospice. Okay, guys, I am a hospice nurse. I'm an end-of-life care nurse. And here we talk about end of life. Please, guys, as you come in, be sure to subscribe and give me a like. Okay, help me to increase and enhance this channel. Okay, help me to grow this channel, guys. Here we talk about the hard topics. Okay, we talk about the hard topics of how to take care of our loved ones who may be dying. Okay, how to take care of our loved ones who has a end of life diagnose. You know, like, what do you do when your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife has a terminal illness and the doctor said there's no cure to it, huh? That's what we talk about here at Duns at Duns Hospice, okay? And that's what I help us to deal with, okay, guys? Absolutely. Please be sure to ask me any questions about end of life, okay? If you are curious, you know, I definitely want to be able to be a service, you know, of service to you guys. Yes. So tonight, this evening, we are going to be talking about, you know, we're going to talk about anxiety, okay? Anxiety when it comes to end of life, okay? Anxiety at end of life, okay? Now, do you guys believe do you know that it could be very anxious at end of life? Hey Gary, good morning. Gary, where are you, my friend? It's still nighttime right where I am. I'm in the USA. It's not quite morning yet where I'm at. What time is it where you are, my friend? Where are you, my friend? Good morning. Oh my goodness. I need to go to bed, right? It is getting late. Anxiety at end of life, okay? So that's the title of the video, guys. Anxiety at end of life. So regarding anxiety at end of life, anxiety can go both ways. Anxiety, oh, you're in Scotland. Okay, that makes sense. How come you're up so late, so early, I guess? You can't sleep, my friend? Oh. Or is that the time you usually wake up? I don't know. Sometimes I know it's hard to wake up. I mean, it's time to stay asleep. Thank you for being here, though. I appreciate you waking up and you being here with me. Appreciate you. Please be sure to subscribe, okay? And be part of the family all the way in Scotland. I would love to go visit Scotland. I actually hear that it's very green. Is it Scotland or Ireland? Or both? Does it rain a lot in Scotland? Huh? It rains a lot from what I hear. I could be wrong. And it's very green. So let me know. But yes, my beautiful people, okay? Both. All right, so I guess I was right. Thank you, my beautiful people, for being here. Yeah, so we're going to talk about anxiety at end of life, okay? How we get anxious, like both of us get anxious. Everybody is anxious at end of life. The patient is anxious, the caregiver is anxious, okay? Family and friends who come to see the patient, they're anxious. Lots of rain, yep. That's what because I have a friend from Ireland actually, and that's what he tells me too. Lots of rain and it's nice and green. But yes, so one of the major symptoms and signs that nurses like myself, we try to deal with at end of life is anxiety, okay? So we treat anxiety differently, of course, whether it's from the patient or from the family members, okay, or from the caregiver. I'll start with the patient. Of course, if the patient is anxious, we have things like anxiety medications like Ativan, lorazepam that will give you. We have Seroquel that we could give you. Okay, so we usually will start you with a low dose of anti-anxiety medications. Okay, but we always, before we start with the medication, we always like to have a conversation with the caregiver and find out, are there particular triggers? You see, are there particular triggers that will make somebody more anxious, that will cause somebody to have anxiety? You know, so we don't just come and give you medications. You know, we like to find out the root cause, you know, because these anxiety, like maybe the patient is experiencing anxiety because, you know, they have like maybe like a sore, you know, like maybe the bed, you know, is not the proper bed, you know. Maybe there's something, you know, in their mouth, you know, like they might have a sore, have thrush in the mouth, you know. You know, they might have some end of life unresolved issues, you know. So there's a variety of reasons why somebody can experience anxiety at end of life. And so as the nurse, before we give you medications for anxiety, we like to try to find out from the family members, of course, we like to find out what might be the root cause of the anxiety. Okay, guys? And so once we identify that, we could probably, if we remove the factor that is causing you to be anxious, then we don't have to give medications. Okay, guys? All right. So, but of course, if the medication is not, I mean, if we cannot find exactly what is causing you to be anxious, we will definitely, give medications, and usually that will help you to be safe at home, because usually when the patient is anxious, guys, they try to climb out of bed. You see, they try to climb out of bed. They might even try to hit their caregivers, during care. So it's not a safe environment. And if the goal is for you to stay home and pass at home peacefully, then absolutely we want to make sure that you are being safe. Okay, so we have to give you medications. Okay, so that's how we deal with anxiety when it comes to the patient. We try to eliminate any stimuli in the environment that may be causing you the anxiety. And if we cannot pinpoint what that stimuli is, then we will proceed to medicate. Okay, so that's how we deal with the patient regarding anxiety. Now, with family members, with caregivers, because caregivers have anxiety too. So myself as a nurse, when I take care of a patient, when I walk into a home, I understand that I'm not just taking care of the patient, I'm also taking care of the family member, of the caregiver, like whether it's the wife who's taking care of a husband, or a husband who's taking care of a wife, or a child who's taking care of their parent, and in some rare cases it's the parent who's taking care of a child, so you never know. And of course we have neighbors, who's taking care of somebody, of like another friend. So if it's the caregiver who has anxiety, usually that's where the social worker comes in. That's where the hospice social worker comes in. And the social worker will definitely talk to you. Okay, my beautiful people. The social worker will talk to the family and find out what exactly is causing the family to have anxiety, like whether it is, lack of support, whether, the caregiver is scared, is afraid to make a mistake, because, oftentimes the caregivers, they don't, they don't, they're afraid to administer medications, you see, because these medications, these are probably the first time that the caregiver is going to administer these meds. And so, oftentimes they might feel nervous, they might feel anxious. And so that is something that definitely myself as a hospice nurse, I have to talk to you about that to find out, are you comfortable administering the medication? Because oftentimes we have to make sure that we teach you, especially medications like, morphine or lorazepam, they come in liquid form too. And so myself, when I admit a patient, I go over the comfort kit. I do teaching with the comfort kit, where I teach you how to draw it up, in the little vial. And if you go back in my videos, guys, and I also have a whole playlist of medications where I teach you about these medications, okay? And so we usually, the social worker, will work with the family, with the caregivers, to find out what is causing the anxiety. It could be a number of things, like I said, it could be finances, it could be, you being worried of doing the wrong things, it could be you being worried that, being anxious that your loved ones, of course, is dying, is at end of life. It could mean, just being anxious about the fact that you have to return to work, because even though your family needs you, you also have to work to make a living, you see. And so that's when myself and the social worker will definitely be there to help you to possibly find some additional resources that are available to you out there in the community, okay? Okay, guys. And so I wanted to just come out here briefly and let you know that anxiety, you don't have to deal with anxiety by yourself, all right? Whether you are the patient or the caregiver, we as the hospice staff, we will definitely be there to guide you and to walk with you through it all, because anxiety is something that when we could control it as best as possible, like when we could leave it in a level plane, then everybody will do a lot better, because end of life care, it's a like this whole process may be new to you, but myself and my colleagues, that's what we do for a living, you see. So it's not so foreign for us as it would be for you. So please, my message here is, if you find yourself being a caregiver or being a patient, that the fact that the doctor said there's no more cure, please reach out to your local hospice agency. We are definitely here for you. We will help you to basically have control over end of life, you see, because end of life is how you want it to be. You get to say how you want the end of your life to look like, because end of life is life. It still is part of the growth and expand process. Okay, guys. All right, guys. I'm not sure if you all already went to sleep, because it seems like you guys have already left, but it is getting late. Okay, like I said, this was gonna be a brief video just for me to say hi, because I haven't been on here for a while. I'll come back tomorrow, okay, by the grace of God. All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for being here with me. All right, guys, take care of yourself and each other. Mwah. Good night, guys. Thank you.